In the second part of this two-part series about Streamlabs, we will dive much deeper into the Streamlabs application. In the first part, I already showed you how to download the software, how to add a webcam, and how to add a microphone. And in the second part, well, of course, I'm going to show you how you can set it up and stream to WebinarGeek, and I'm going to tell you much more about some settings and some general things that you will find in Streamlabs. Enjoy the second part of this demo. And I'm going to hand it over, of course, to Demo Walter. So right now I've added my webcam, I've added my microphone, and I've showed you where you can fill in your RTP codes, and that is the most important. So right now I just wanted to show you some cool settings and some cool features that you can find in Streamlabs. First thing, of course, is once again we are going to go to the settings. And here you can change the language, of course. You can configure default devices or OBS import. This is very great if you have like a lot of overlays and you have done a lot of things in OBS, of course. You can just import them right from OBS straight into the Streamlabs. Then you can go to multi-streaming, and that works the same as like Restream, but then just inside of Streamlabs. Stream, well, I just showed you. Then output, this is for your monitoring and just some basic audio settings as well. Right here we have for the streaming, well, we have one audio track. This is my encoder, of course. Then recording format, right now it is set to MP4, which I like, of course, but if you really want to secure your stream, and let's say you are recording and streaming at the same time right here with Streamlabs, it might be an option for you to set it to an MKV file, because if your computer suddenly crashes, it will save everything up to that point if you have selected an MKV file, and with MP4 you just lose everything. So for security you could just say MKV, but if you want to, like, you already have a repurposing plan for your webinars and everything is going smoothly and you have a great internet connection, then I would just choose for the MP4 right here. Audio track 1, well, recording, you can change it if you want, but I would just leave this one to software as well. Then the rate control, well, this is a very difficult topic that I'm not going to address right now. Bitrate, of course, that is important, because I do believe that we can set it to 4000 as we recommend. Well, then you have your CPU usage, which I would, if you want, you can change it, but I would just going to leave this for default right now. Then we move on to the audio. This is sample rate, and sample rate, how can I explain this best? Well, sample rate is the variety range of frequencies that this will pick up. And I do think that we can set it to 48K as well. And the higher the sample rate, of course, the more of the audio waves you can catch, so to say. Then, of course, for video, this is an important one, because your base needs to be 920 by 1080, of course. And then you have your frames per second type, just leave it as is, and then you can set this one to higher or lower if you want to. This is just a common frames per second value. Then hotkeys, just like in OBS, you have the option to set your own hotkeys if you want. Let's see what's under advanced. Oh yeah, this is for the color space, and for the color format. Once again, please check out my optimize your webcam image via OBS, and I will explain everything right here about color formats and color space and color range as well. Audio monitoring device, of course, this is default, but I can set it to the speakers of the Yeti X, which means since it does have a zero latency headphone output, I can just hear everything via Streamlabs to my microphone, to my headphones, but why would I? Let's see what else we have. File name formatting, well, of course, that doesn't really matter. Replay buffer, that is something that is pretty cool. This is once again for the gaming streamers, because if you haven't started recorded but something really cool happens in the game, it actually it will record that, because you have a small replay buffer. That's what it means. And right here on appearance, and I skipped some parts because, like I told you, if you want a really deep dive into Streamlabs, let me know in the comments and I will dive much deeper into Streamlabs. But for now, I'm just going to go through all these settings and skip the really hard parts. So right here you can set your theme. Well, of course, I'm a studio guy, so of course I've set it to night theme. But if you are a morning person and you have a really good outlook on life, you can set it to the very bright day mode. Chat settings, like I told you, you have a lot of options with Restream and in Streamlabs, of course, itself, the multi-streaming. And here you can set your text size for the chat. What else do we have? Show announcement, well, of course, if you want. This is a pretty cool one. This is one of those features that is really nice about Streamlabs. Because as you can see, the free Streamlabs controller app allows you to control Streamlabs Desktop from your iOS or Android device. So you need to download an app, and then if you scan this QR code, and of course it says don't show it on stream, which is very cool that they've done that. And then it will allow you to control Streamlabs via the application on your phone, which is really great because right now I'm standing and I have my laptop right in front of me. But for the same, I would just don't have my laptop, or someone is over there directing, or I have to do everything during a very big live webinar myself. This will be really great because I can just do everything from my phone. Then virtual webcam. Well, of course, since if you know OBS, you also know what a virtual webcam is. But it does require something, as you can see right here, and I haven't actually tried the virtual webcam in Streamlabs yet. So maybe if you really want a deep dive, I'm going to show that virtual cam as well. And then you have the game overlay, get support, and then the ultra. Because right now I'm using the free version of Streamlabs Desktop, but you can also upgrade, and then you can get a lot of other features as well. And then last thing I wanted to show you, of course, is this button right here, start recording. This will just record your scene and everything that is in your canvas. So right now I've given you all the information that I want once again from this small part demo about Streamlabs Desktop. If you want to know more, please let me know in the comments and I will dive much deeper into Streamlabs once again. And yeah, that was it. My experience with Streamlabs is really great. It really does feel like a sort of finer version of OBS when it comes, especially when it comes to the interface part of it. And as you can see, it just looks a little bit nicer and more groomed, and it isn't like all the techie, hard, blocky things that you might find in OBS. But I don't think I even almost scratched the surface of everything that Streamlabs can do, so I really do recommend that you go out and everything that I didn't mention, please try it out. And with that said and done, I'm going to hand it over to the presentation Walter for the outro. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about webinars, on how to host them, what gear to use, and what it is like to work at a tech startup, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click like on this video and hit the notification bell. And let me know, do you prefer Streamlabs or OBS? Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one. Bye!